Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode of the Set List of Life with the former bandmates of Dolly for Sue. Again, the whole band is here. Tonight we have Aaron on guitar.
Hello.
Christine on drums.
Hi.
Kirsten on keyboard.
Hello.
And I'm Leslie, your vocalist for this evening. Tonight's episode is Come Out and Play by The Offspring.
Yeah.
That's Christine is
That's
just...
for all of us out there that can't recognize a song by the
Christine
instrumental part.
The Offspring.
Just remembered what song that was. That's,
Well, I wasn't here when you played that.
Oh, true.
So it's a happy kind of beboppy song, and then you listen to the words, and it's super violent and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think
disturbing.
it's going to be a violent podcast. Just more the happy bebop.
So, yeah, we're going to do
talk
that.
about the violent times in life tonight.
No, we're going to do the tone of the song, which is happy, and if you just can't listen to words too closely.
True.
Because you're under 18, you won't be doing any time.
Yes.
Yes.
But no.
You know what? I never really listened to the words to that song.
It's
You
really, the
should.
words are
You
kind of,
should.
Yeah.
the words are not like when we sang it or when we did it, like I'd listen to that song a lot of times and I really liked it. I still really like it, but it's not
The tune's a catchy tune.
the tune is super catchy, but it's not a lighthearted song. It's like a gang violence and
Yes.
yeah.
Fabulous.
Yes.
But we're not, so we're just going to do the lighthearted and the title.
Right.
Come out and play.
But part of the reason why we picked this song is because we all are coming back from spring breaks.
Indeed.
So
Yes. Yeah.
I have to hear because I didn't do anything. But you guys did. I
you
want
were
to hear
going
about
on-
how you went out and played.
I thought you were going on college visits.
Well, I did, but that's not fun. I mean, it's, you guys had fun.
I had fun.
Yeah.
So are you all
I had fun.
Are you all wrapped up with your college visits now?
For now, we have another trip coming in a couple weeks for the in a different geographical direction.
Right.
Yes.
And Christine,
We have a decision.
you're done.
But I
What?
also think that we had your tour guide's sister at
Oh,
Pitt.
no.
No way.
Oh, no. I'm so
The whole time
sorry.
we're touring, Bryn goes, it's been an hour and a half and they haven't talked about academics at all.
Nothing yet.
I'm like, yeah, that's a problem.
But did she have a fountain?
There is a gym under every single dorm.
And
Oh
he's
my gosh.
dead. And he's dead.
And he's dead.
Even though you don't have to go Greek or go home, she is Greek.
Oh, okay.
So,
So she had a gym, and at the gym, she probably, takes a bar class.
yeah, I'm going with lifting for this one. But, bar lifting. It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate when you get a bad tour
we
guide.
left there, and it had been a top 3 choice.
Yeah, and it could be it could be great.
Unlike Bryn's mother, who picked her school for the cute boys, she is actually picking her school for academics.
Oh, gotcha. And so she picked, drum roll, please.
She picked UVA.
Ooh.
But there were lots and lots and lots of tears because we were down to the final 4, kind of like on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And she had her hometowns. And she realized early on that as much as she liked NC State, they don't really have her major.
Right.
So it really wasn't going to be a fit. She had high hopes for Pitt, but the
That-
tour
yeah.
guide wasn't selling it, and she really isn't academic.
Right.
So we got rid of that. So then we were like UVA and Syracuse because she liked her day at UVA. And we get to Syracuse, and it's beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is beautiful. And it was 75 degrees, which normally
never
isn't.
is.
It
Never
never
happens in
is. So the
Syracuse.
students were all out. And we're sitting in the information session, and she just starts to cry. And I was like, "What is the matter? We can go home. We've got a 7-hour drive. If you want to leave, we don't have to stay." And she's like, "No, I really like it." I'm like, that's not the response.
But it was frustration.
So she was really conflicted.
Yes.
And
that is-
we got to her department because she would have been a health and physical education major or something, exercise science, health and exercise science major. And we got there, and they talked about that program and the graduate program and the 3-in-3 program. And it was a lot of going back and forth between everything. But she did ultimately decide UVA, and she's happy, and it's good, and we're done.
Oh, yay! That's
awesome.
Go, Bryn.
Huge decision.
We did also go to Bucknell, and I was kind of hoping.
But no.
And I said, Bryn, if we go to admissions, they'll give you free swag because you're admitted. And she goes, well, that just seems wrong because I know I'm not going to go here. And I was like, but it's not wrong because I'm paying them $76,000 a year for your brother to be here.
Now, would
Good
that
point.
have worked, though, having both of them at the same college, especially because Bucknell
Yes.
is not a very large
Yes,
school?
it actually, and it's interesting because they both would have been science majors, but different disciplines in science. They get along really, really well, and they do their own things. And it
see,
would have
that's
been
good.
fine, and actually would have been great because Jack could have tutored her in organic chemistry, since that's his thing, and she has to take that as a bio person. And she could have driven him all over the place because he won't drive.
Right.
So it would have been win,
Oh,
win, win,
yeah.
win,
Right,
win, all the
but-
way around, except for the fact that it really doesn't have her major. It's really too small for her.
Yeah.
How big is Bucknell?
It's about 3,400 students.
Oh, that's small.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, too small for her. So, but interestingly enough, it did snow on Easter at, at Bucknell. We had sunshine and bikinis out when we were in Syracuse.
That's
and
snow at
a
Bucknell.
few days later, it was snowing in Lewisburg.
It's always snowing in central Pennsylvania. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's still beautiful, though.
Or raining, or it's always precipitating.
Yes.
It
Yes.
is.
That's why they have
It's
like
always sunny in Philadelphia, though. Isn't that?
the weather station in State College, Pennsylvania is like the main weather station for the United States because
Really?
of
AccuWeather.
all the weather.
I did not know that.
They have all the weather at once sometimes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, they
that's
do.
why. So because they know their weather so well.
Yes.
they get to
There's a lot to measure and
Yeah.
predict. And,
they get a lot of experience there.
yes, yes.
It's not like Florida, 84 and sunny in the morning, rain showers in the evening.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good though. That's very
So, yes,
exciting.
it was a lot of driving. It was, UVA, NC State, Pitt, Syracuse, Bucknell. It was a lot of
stuff.
driving.
And
But-
now it's all over.
but it's all over.
It
we have a
is, and it's-
decision.
Yeah, and then I'll start up again with number 3.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
know.
right. That's not for a while.
No, it's actually next year that she'll start
Wow.
doing all that stuff. So yeah, it is. It's what happens when you pop them out the way I did. Yeah. It's all good.
Seemed like a good idea at the time, but no,
it really
Tanner
probably didn't
paying
seem
all
like a good
that.
idea at the time.
not so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of college at once.
It is a lot.
So, how about the beachgoers?
Yes,
Yeah,
both
yeah.
of you
Yeah.
people.
I went to Puerto Rico.
Yes, we know.
And
We saw the picture.
yeah, and we were in Rincon, and I kind of almost don't want to talk about that because I don't want anyone else to know about Rincon, but don't have anything else
Oh.
to say tonight,
Okay.
so I'm going to talk about it anyway because otherwise they'll just be sitting here.
Okay.
There's nothing else that's happened since I got back. Nothing.
All right.
So-
So had a good time then.
Yeah, it's this really cute little. It's a cute little surf town, and I don't surf, but
But I could learn.
But I could learn. I might learn. But super, super laid back, like really small, and like all the restaurants and the bars, and there's dogs running around. The little acai bowl place next to our condo. The first day I went, there's a cat sleeping on the counter. So yeah, like just like the most chill place you could even imagine.
I can picture you now with your travel dog.
I know my travel, yeah,
Right?
yeah. So I need it. I was jealous I didn't have my own travel
Your own
dog.
travel dog.
But I got to hang out with all the dogs and cats, and there's chickens. Like we went to this famous restaurant.
Christine's probably going, ugh.
Yeah, Christine's like, don't dream about me in Rincon. Chickens. Yeah,
You can keep that place.
Yeah, it should be like
where
not
he
for
was.
me.
Find me.
That's
What's that?
okay.
I'm
because
gonna
I
go where you were.
It should be small. No, we went to this restaurant, and I fulfilled a lifelong dream. I drank out of a coconut, just like on Gilligan's Island. Like when I
Wow.
was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Your bucket list is pretty easy.
I know. Well,
Was that your
no,
first coconut drink?
Yeah, I never.
Really?
I had
In
never
all
drank
your
out.
life?
You've drank out of a coconut like all the time.
Yeah. Well, not all the time, but
every day.
every day.
Every damn day.
That's
have
what
a-
happens at Leslie's house.
I break out the machete, lop off the top. I'm good.
I had never. I don't think I've ever even seen anyone drink out of a coconut.
What? You're
Yeah.
the most traveled person at this
Yeah,
table.
but I don't go to
Coconut drinking
coconut
places.
drinking places.
I
This is
only go
new.
to coconut drinking
okay,
places.
so because I was like, oh my god, they're drinking out of a coconut.
That's
Sign me up.
excellent.
So from the tree or
No, it was
like
at
fresh?
a restaurant. It was at a
Okay.
restaurant, but they had this signature drink. It's called the pirate drink or something, and had like coconut milk in the coconut, and kind of tasted like a White Russian. It had cinnamon,
Ooh.
probably some rum or something in there. I don't know, but it was yummy.
I was going to go with rum. I would
Yeah.
think that would be
Ooh,
in there.
very nice.
It's quite good. It's for my very first.
There you
Did
go.
did you bring the coconut home?
No, I did to the condo, but then you can't bring it on the
Yeah, I was
plane.
gonna say,
Oh,
it's like
oh, that's
customs
right.
and all.
Because even it's the United States, but it's still
Because I was going to say, isn't Puerto Rico
Oh,
the
yeah.
United States?
it's a
sort of?
territory. Well, it's a territory.
Sort of, yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
It's a
every
territory,
so
but
often
they
there's always
still.
talk of bringing them in
Yeah.
DC
Yeah.
into the 52. But
Yeah, no, but it's just a territory. But the agriculture department, you have to go through it. You have to scan all your stuff to make sure you didn't bring back any coconuts.
You
I
weren't
guess.
worried. You weren't ready to do
Or
some
chickens.
time for
No,
your
I was
coconut?
not.
chickens.
Yeah, no, I.
They'd probably let the chickens in. It's the coconut that would be the
bring
problem.
my travel chicken. my
travel chicken.
My
under
travel-
my
forget
Oh,
the
you
dog.
Yeah, that
travel
is fitting.
chicken.
I can totally see
This
you
is
having
my
a travel
travel
You know the
chicken.
best part about
my
the travel
emotional
chicken?
support chicken.
Well, the nice thing about the travel chicken is you have breakfast,
Right? Yeah. She lays eggs.
She lays eggs. She get, you
It's
don't
gotta be a
have-
she.
Yes, yes.
If you can have a chicken, travel chicken, and
You don't want a travel rooster. That's a whole other.
No,
That's just a problem.
That's
because
just a problem.
Person sitting next to you with their travel chicken.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Never know.
You just
Yeah.
well, roosters
All
are
kinds of
unpredictable
problems.
as opposed to the hen.
Right. As opposed to a nice travel hen.
Oh,
I like the
yeah.
ones. Do you ever see the chickens that have feathers on their legs? They look like they're wearing little fluffy pants.
Yeah, those are
Get one of
cool.
those.
Those are actually really pretty.
The fluffy
So,
pant chicken.
This was an interesting chicken. I think I have a
And they
photo.
lay like blue eggs. I
Oh.
want you to have a chicken so I can come visit.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Have you seen
Christine,
the new
you wanna
Louis
come-
Vuitton chickens? They are.
Awesome. Quilted.
I'll find my chicken.
She has a picture of a chicken. She's
of course she
yearning.
does.
She's yearning.
I would be willing to bet that she has a chicken. What was with her dog?
Travel
Oh, wait,
dog?
okay.
No, the
here's-
future. The person
This
who
is
can
the
read
chicken.
future. I can't think of the
Wait.
word that I'm looking for. Psychic.
Chicken
A
psychic.
Chicken psychic.
Psychic chicken.
Well-
Oh, a Reiki chicken.
A Reiki chicken. Can you just have to name
Reiki
your
chicken.
chicken Reiki?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a good name.
That's a good name for
Of
a
course it
travel
is.
chicken.
Of course.
That's a good name for a
We are
travel
living in
chicken.
fantasy world right now.
We are not. This
What
is
are you
happening.
talking? This is the new thing.
Okay, I'm gonna bring y'all down.
All right, bring us down.
We live in South Riding.
She's
We're
gonna
not
have
allowed to have chickens here. That's why we need to.
when she travels. However,
yeah, when I travel.
she's gonna have a chicken named Reiki, and Reiki.
Reiki, the travel chicken.
Reiki's gonna have like one of those little mesh handbags that
Reiki,
she travels
Reiki's
in.
gonna have its own Instagram account, isn't it? And a
Yeah,
YouTube
Reiki.
channel.
You know what?
Reiki could be like a world traveler.
I know. I'm thinking.
Millions of subscribers
Yeah. Yeah, there's
for
like
the
a,
Reiki chicken.
well, I follow some like Instagram site like Esther the pig, Esther the
course
Wonder
you do.
Pig.
Yes, you
yeah.
do.
It's like these guys
you
that
do.
have a pig. Okay, wait here.
you have your
This is
chicken
the
picture.
chicken. So this is the parking lot of the nice
That chicken.
I
It's
know
a chicken in front of the wheel of a truck.
Chicken in front of this truck, but it's not a cool.
Oh my
looking
god, that is
chicken?
a fat chicken.
It's a very fat chicken.
Oh, that's a pregnant chicken. That's a hen.
Maybe she's about to have eggs. But
bunch-
anyway, and then we
she's
go
gonna lay
in
like
and
20 eggs.
there's my son and his coconut.
Oh, look at that.
But yeah, it was
that
very
was a big
cool.
coconut.
Great big coconut.
So you
Wow.
had good weather the entire time?
Actually, it rained. It was kind of like Florida. It rained every afternoon. Mm-hmm. So when we got there, we looked and we were like, "Oh crap!" Because it, just on your weather app, it looks like rain every day, and we're like, "Oh no!" But somebody told my husband that goes there. They were like, "Oh, it'll say it's going to rain every day, but it'll be nice, and then it'll rain a little bit in the afternoon, and then clear up for dinner." And that's what happened every day.
Oh, very
Yeah, like
nice.
Florida.
Yeah, exactly like Florida. So that was okay.
Nice.
But yeah, and it was awesome. But yeah, we went to this cool. You guys, I thought of you all. I did send you a picture. So we went to Calypso night. So I did yoga on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I did the community yoga instead of the fancy one. So this all the
Oh, there was a
locals.
fancier yoga.
There was a fancier one but I would have had to drive to, and the community yoga I could walk to. So I
Right.
got up in the morning. I walked down the beach and I went to yoga.
nice.
And my class was really nice and friendly. And they were like, oh, I think the first day I went was Tuesday, and they're like, oh, tomorrow night, everybody goes to Calypso night. And I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, it's really cool. There's live music and people dance, and it's really fun. And like everybody goes. In fact, they said there's no community yoga on Thursday morning.
Oh, because everybody's
everyone's
hung
out on
out
Wednesday night.
Yeah,
I like this
yeah,
place.
I
I
know.
like this place.
I'm like, this is so like everything I like. And yeah, so anyways, so I did yoga on the beach, and I'm all blissed out, and that was awesome. And found out about Calypso night, so we went. And it's the coolest thing because it's open mic night, but they have a band. But like anybody in town, people just kind of float in and out. So, when we got there was like a bunch of guys on bongo drums and a couple of guitarists and all these rhythm instruments. You could bring your tambourine or your wood blocks, or there's, like some kind of jug with
These are my kind of people.
yeah,
Cowbell.
Right?
Cowbell. Yeah, you could bring, anything. And then, then there's a different guitarist and a different singer, and then some guy shows up with a harmonica.
Now, is
and
there a leader to someone that calls out the songs?
No,
or is
they
it
just-
random.
It's
they just jam all
So
night.
Kirsten goes up there and starts playing. Bat, 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 bat. You're as cold as ice.
And everybody just
Well, so I was gonna play with them because my friend Clayton
course
was
you were.
playing kind of, I don't know, rhythm instrument, and my husband's like, my wife plays.
She's in a
keys.
band.
She's in a band, and he's like, oh, come up and play.
Band
But
in DC.
the problem was that it was all kind of calypso and kind of jazzy and improv.
Yep.
And
Please, we reggae White Wedding.
I was
You
gonna
could
say,
jump right in
yeah,
there.
but it was
Come
a
on.
song. But it was a song I knew. Like I can reggae it, but
Right.
I am not as high quality of a musician to just.
Can you guys
riff.
easy it up, please?
I just didn't understand.
Leonardize it, please.
I didn't understand what we were playing. So they did play like a short set, like a little talking head set.
Yeah.
They played they didn't play Psycho Killer because
Oh, of course, that was the one song you
the
know.
one song I knew, but they played Take Me to the River, and
It's funny,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it's-
Like-
it is a little strange that Talking Heads of all the groups,
I
that
know.
was the
That was
band
the-
they decided to.
that was the only music I recognized. Like everything else was very free form, and
Right.
there was like a guy coming up with the jazz flute.
Ooh, jazz flute.
Yeah,
Jethro
jazz flute.
Tull, man. Here we go.
Yeah, but they weren't playing Jethro Tull because I could have done that. I could have done Aquaman or
yeah,
something. Like I'd be
Aqualung,
like Aqualung,
Aquaman.
You can do Aquaman.
Aquaman.
You know.
You
Yeah,
making it
but anyway,
true.
yes.
Anyway, it's not just running down his nose. But I realized I'm like you guys are, they're at a different level.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, we probably couldn't, even as a band in its entirety, couldn't have jumped in there. Like,
Yeah, because I could have
Push them all off the stage.
Right.
Taken over.
this is true.
But
Yeah.
but I think they just floated out. But they also do this every week.
Right.
Right.
So they're
So they're
familiar
used
with
to
each
playing
other.
with each
Yeah.
other.
So like, and we could do that ourselves.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
We should start
we-
Calypso night here.
Yeah, right?
Ooh.
We should.
Only if she brings the Reiki chicken.
Okay, I will get a Reiki chicken.
I'm
if we
getting.
can
You know
do
what? There is.
Calypso night.
I am out if you bring a Reiki chicken.
Aw, you hurt my heart.
We're like Dolly for Sue's spin-off band called Reiki Chicken.
Reiki chicken. I love it. Love it.
Those are the years without Christine.
Right. This Christine was. Yeah, it was. But the clip site was super cool. I mean, there was been 30 people like just kind of floating in out all night, and we left. We didn't stay super late because we had a short drive. It wasn't within walking distance, and we were getting up early and kind of going to bed early. But yeah, apparently it got busy and crazy after we left.
Oh, of course.
But there was tacos and really
Wow.
good food and dogs running around and
Dogs again.
Dogs again.
Chickens.
Yeah. Chickens. Well, there are no chickens at Calypso Night.
Oh.
It's classy.
Oh, wow.
It's not that
See, I
kind
would
of-
expect the
Yeah,
opposite.
I know.
They're down the road.
I would think more chickens.
chickens.
I would have thought so
Chickens
too.
are at the
I'm
coffee
on the
house.
page with you, Aaron. I would have thought.
Swedish chef is there.
Yeah.
Okay, I may not like animals, but that's just sad.
Birdie, 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 birdie,
Smorgasbord.
That was nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
there's some
Well,
hidden
a good
talents.
time in
Yeah, in Rincon,
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Nice. Very
Yes,
good.
it was lovely.
I
But
was
yeah.
thinking of you, so I started watching the new West Side Story.
Still haven't seen that.
I have to say, I love the old West Side Story better.
I love the old one. I mean, I haven't seen the new one.
They
yet.
tried to introduce too much background into,
Yeah, it doesn't need it. It's a simple
but
story.
I was thinking of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna have to watch that because I love West Side Story.
Yeah.
It's one of my faves.
Yeah. Very good.
But I haven't seen the new one.
Aaron, you also
I did.
were beach
Aaron was
bound,
also a
I did.
beach bum.
and it was wonderful.
You look a little
For the
tan.
most part, yeah, it was good. Yeah, I got some sun. I wear like SPF 50, 70 because
Me
I
too.
don't do the whole sun thing
Yeah, I do
really
50.
well. And then I wear a hat as well because the sunburn thing is not my jam.
I've had enough skin cancers to.
But yeah,
You should cover yourself totally.
perfect weather, no rain.
Awesome.
It's Marco Island, so it's on the Gulf side, so the water is not crystal clear,
It's pretty though.
but it's clear, green, bluish kind of, and it's
It's calm.
calm, no waves.
Right.
Which some people are like, oh, no waves. Well, it's nice not having waves.
Right,
You,
right.
you still have little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a nice sandbar out like
Yeah.
50 feet, and then there's another sandbar like
Wow.
100 feet. And if you go all the way
Is
down,
it pretty shallow?
yeah, you can
Yeah.
go out to your waist about, like I said, 100 feet out.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And if you go down to the end of the island, that's where the inlet comes in, and that's where all the sand dollars are. So there's tons of sand dollars down there, and there's tons of shells everywhere, and it's just really relaxing and really nice.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
So yeah, I had a great time.
Did the kids bring home? Did they collect some shells? Did
I
they find?
collected the shells.
Oh, did you get some good ones?
That was my job.
Yeah, I love.
You sound like
collecting
Chris. Chris collects the shells too.
That's all I do is just wander up and down.
Did
I'm
you get some
"Ooh."
good ones?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Were they big or
Conch-
little?
I got some conch shells about that big.
Ooh, nice.
Those are the fun ones.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the best ones.
Especially when you're used to, like
Little flat
Maryland beaches, Virginia beaches, that sort of thing, where you get, the
Just little flat
basic,
ones.
just the basic. When you get down to Florida and you're like, holy cow, that's an actual conch shell. That's excitement.
And I did my obligatory pyramid.
Oh, very
a sand
nice.
pyramid. That's actually very. So you always do a pyramid?
I always try to do a
How
pyramid.
did you make the steps? You have like a special.
What did I do? Oh, I used my
bucket?
son's. It was a shovel. And I had
Oh.
a straight edge, and I went.
Oh goodness!
steps.
How
That
long
is
does it? How long
impressive.
does it take to create a pyramid?
Well, the first day I took probably 5 hours to
Oh
get
my
it going.
goodness gracious.
And then I went up, and then when it came down, somebody destroyed it. So
yeah, that always
That
happens.
happens.
That always
happens. My
you
father
got
and I were
pictures.
discussing this. Why is that?
I don't know.
I
What
don't know.
is it in human nature that when they see something, there's this innate feeling of, I have to destroy that?
I don't know, but it always happens.
Yes. It
Anytime
does always
someone builds a
happen.
sandcastle, anything
That
on
was
the
a
beach.
discussion between my father and I. We're like, why? Why
Yeah, maybe
does that
somebody
happen?
say like you could have said like, oh, that's lovely. Let's leave it there so for others to
Right?
enjoy.
No, someone has
No.
to stomp on it.
Someone has to destroy it.
Yeah.
In fact, one time
It's
when
like
I
they
was
come out and play. It sounds nice, but then it's like violent, unexpectedly
Right,
violent.
right,
Look
exactly.
at you
Yeah.
pulling it around.
see?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
See?
Points.
one time
Yeah.
when I was about 5, we took an unfortunate trip in an RV. My whole family.
That had the words NASA painted on the side.
This was not the NASA van. This was, in fact, an RV. But it was not my mother's idea to take this trip. And
It never is.
It
No,
was
it's never the mom's
the
idea.
bitterness was felt throughout. No, actually, so it was fine. But we had I don't even remember what beach where we were. I think it was Myrtle something maybe. But this is Myrtle in the 70s, not Myrtle like of today. And my brother and I were building a sandcastle, and this kid came up, just was walking down the beach, and just walked up and kicked our castle.
Oh, while you were there
And then,
building it?
and we're sitting there, and the two of us are like like, what the,
Yeah.
both in stunned. And apparently, see, I don't recall this, but my entire family has told me this story so many times. Okay. Apparently, I took off, I'm 5. I took off down the beach, tackled the kid.
Sounds about right.
And I pinned him down and was screaming at him. And his parents came running down the beach, and my parents came running down the
my
beach
gosh.
and had to pull me off of him. But
Go, girl. Yeah, you go, girl. Girl
I was
power.
mid-castle, and he
Yeah.
just walked up and kicked it. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old was
Yeah.
he?
I don't even know. I mean, like, the story gets bigger and bigger over the years.
Yeah,
For
he's
all
a
I know,
35-year-old
he,
man.
That's what I was just about to say that with a mustache.
he was 12 and I was 5. I don't know, but but it is a famous story in my family, like that. I just attacked this kid, but I was like,
But you didn't just attack. It
understandable. I
wasn't-
didn't
No, it
just
was,
attack him.
Yeah.
not unprovoked.
Exactly.
It's true. So I'm sure maybe he maybe I forced him into serial castle
Maybe.
stomping, or maybe now he's
He's
know,
like,
an advocate
that
for-
wasn't right. Yeah,
for-
maybe he's like seen the light. He's like, I used to be
Remission.
Yeah.
Sandcastle.
He's a
Stomper.
Secret Service guard now. Like,
right. But I've seen the error of my
Protecting
ways,
everybody.
and now I go around
So strange, though.
defending other
Yes.
people's castles.
So what makes you do a pyramid?
It's a mound and it's easy.
Oh.
My brother does alligators.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
ones,
yeah.
like about as big as the
How
table.
does he do it? Like, what does he just shape them with his hands?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been very good at that. I just
It
do the
gives me
basic
something
sandcastle.
Do your
to-
kids help?
Yeah.
No, I don't want them.
I
Because
was
your
going to say,
project-
I
Stay
would
away.
imagine you
Yeah.
wouldn't want them.
Yeah, no. I
And
ward off
Kirsten's
as many.
cool with you, like, taking 5 to 10 hours on your own. Thinking
Wow.
as a mom
Well,
of
he's
small
there.
kids.
No, my kids are doing
They're
their
playing
own
and you're
thing,
watching them
and,
while you're
and
doing
I'm
it.
watching them, and
And they're
take
not
a
like,
break
Daddy,
looking
come
for-
play with us? Or-
They're doing their own thing. Aurora found another girl
Cool.
to play with, and Camden was playing with his little toys, and
Everyone
had
was
a ball,
happy.
and
Right.
As long as
That's
everyone's
awesome.
happy.
My father was there at the same time, so he
Oh,
kind
that
of was.
is awesome.
Oh, I didn't know your dad came. That's awesome.
Yep. So it was very enjoyable.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Next time you need to, like, put a sign up that says, like, 2022 winner of the Sandcastle
Yes,
whatever.
right.
Do not,
Yeah,
do
they-
not touch.
I had loads of people talk to me, and because I was literally the only person on the entire beach who was building anything,
Anything.
because
Oh.
it's mostly 65 and
Yeah,
above.
older
Right,
people,
right.
yeah.
I mean, there were definitely kids there, but most of the people were there are older. So I'm the only person just building stuff, and everybody's like,
So what was the
Oh,
scale
that's
of this?
cool.
How big is this pyramid? Because in the picture, so you're like 3-4 feet high, about 3
Oh.
feet, a yard long, square.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can post it for our
put it on the Instagram.
Instagram page,
should.
Set List of Life.
Instagram
Yes,
page.
please do. I'll post the
I
chicken.
may have
Yeah,
I
post
am-
the chicken, please. Yes.
But I'm with
Tune
you,
in.
Kirsten. When we do sandcastles, we're more of the drip variety
Yes.
because
Yeah, we just do the
we're-
bucket, like the soggy
Yeah.
bucket.
But the
of
with the
sand.
drip, do you do the
Oh,
drip
the
The
castles?
trees.
Or- yeah.
I've done full mount. So I've done my
We do the
version.
mountains with
I've
the
done
trees.
like very like bigger than, well, it's about as big as the table in length and width.
Right.
And I just make valleys and all kinds
Yep.
of stuff, and then I'll do the whole thing in those trees,
just
and
in
it
the
looks
drips.
like
That's
forest.
that's what we do. The drip castles.
yep.
Yeah, it's new to me.
I
You
don't
guys
know what a
don't do
drip
drip
castle
castles?
is. I don't know what a
Oh
drip
no,
castle
I thought
is.
you said yeah.
I
You
thought
don't-
no, I thought you meant like the wet bucket. Like I just do the
Yes.
basic,
Me too.
Nah.
nothing special,
Drip buckets.
round bucket, turn it upside down, poke some holes in it to make them look like castle windows.
I know some of our
Oh,
listeners are
gotcha.
going, "Yep, I'm a drip bucket person. I'm with
So
you."
explain it. I don't get it.
So you have to you have to have the bucket because the sand has to be a certain consistency, sort of like wet concrete, right?
Okay.
And you pick up a handful and you just let the sand, this consistency, drip, and what it does is it hardens as it hits. It's sort of like when you do a dip cone.
oh
Like
yeah.
so the dip freezes onto the cone. So when you do a drip castle, as it drops, it freezes in place, and so it makes mountains or tree looking.
oh.
But you can do an entire
You
landscape.
hold it in your hand, in your palm, and you
Okay.
usually stick a finger down so it
It drips
it
from
drips
your finger.
down your finger, and you can let go more of it, and you get a bigger clump going down your finger, or you grab more of it, and it's less.
Less.
And as you get towards the top, you do less and less, and it comes to a point.
Yes.
And gravity takes over, and
Okay.
the water sinks out of it. It goes back down, right?
Oh.
So now you're just left with this cone thing, but it looks like a tree.
Well,
Right.
that's kind of neat.
So you
It
you-
can be. yes.
Yeah.
Christine, you
We
didn't know
never
about
did
this
it. I
either?
mean, I understand what you're saying. But we never.
I understand the description, but I have never. No,
We were busy swimming and surfing.
Well, we used to go
Doing that kind of
Not-
stuff.
Aaron and I were creating.
Because
Yes,
we had waves.
Yeah, I did waves too, but once you tossed around so many times,
And then I think, on the North Shore of Long Island, it was so rocky that you weren't really, we didn't do the sandcastle thing.
like
We
I
didn't
never
do
went
the
to the
same
ocean as a kid, like ever until
Well,
I was like in my 20s.
You're from Iowa. I grew
Yeah.
up on an island.
Yeah, right. But we went to the lake in northern Minnesota, and there was like a little sandy beach. So we did, do sandcastles,
are you
but we
looking up
weren't.
trip castles?
I am. I'm looking to see if I can
Yeah, let's
Send a
find
picture to people. Am I
find
going
a
to have to
picture. Yeah,
get
here
an
you go.
Instagram account now so I can follow
Yeah.
our Instagram account?
You don't have to.
So
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a drip castle.
I had no
that's
idea.
very nice.
That
and
is very-
you can make them like depending
have to
on
try
how
that
you get
next
the
time I go to
consistency.
Pretty
Florida.
easy to make.
Like you can make them
Oh,
giant,
Wow.
or you can make them small.
I have never even
That's the
seen one
beauty
of
of
those
the
on the
drip
beach.
castle.
Have
You've
you
never
ever
even seen a drip
No.
castle?
No.
Interesting. Well, maybe interesting.
Interesting.
Everybody take a shot. Take a
Oh,
shot.
let me tell you
Yeah.
that. So
Hey.
Jack, when I was running with Jack, he
I've
said
got
his
one for
professor
you.
said they can't use that word. They're not allowed to
Interesting.
use the word interesting. I'm like, that's funny that you mentioned that, Jack. Let me tell you
our
about our
word.
podcast.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to use the word interesting.
Interesting.
Because
So-
it's just overdone.
Yeah. So Jack goes, so now people are saying fascinating, and I don't understand how that's any
Yeah,
different.
that's not any different.
Captivating.
Fascinating.
Captivating.
Curious. Curious. It's curious.
Marvelous. No,
Bizarre.
actually, no, that's
Actually, bizarre doesn't really work. I just like that word.
intriguing.
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 That's a good
Very intriguing.
So what were you saying? You said you had some. You had
So,
one.
as you know, I edit our.
Yes, you
Our
may have to.
episodes.
You may have
Did
to
you
edit
count?
some of
Did you
this.
count how many times they said interesting?
Well, no,
Because he was up to 93.
but here's something very interesting. I mean, I have.
very
very curious.
interesting.
Yeah,
So intriguing.
I have gotten very familiar with all of our voices.
Right.
That's just what happens as a podcast editor.
Right.
So, interestingly enough, although you have focused on interesting the word,
What do I say?
you say, there you go.
Oh, I'm sure
There
I
you
did.
go.
There you go. Yeah.
Does anyone else have a
That's
word?
funny.
Kirsten wants a word.
Does
Christina, tell her what a word is. Because Kirsten needs a word.
I need a word.
Reiki.
I will,
Reiki.
I will
Reiki
have
check.
to. I will have to see
Okay.
interesting quirks.
Yeah.
So I say, there you go. That's funny.
There you go.
You do-
I never noticed that I said that, but I can. I
And
can
now
yeah,
you're
now
gonna
you
use
know.
it.
I
Now
know.
you're gonna be self-conscious.
just like interesting.
Like, oh,
you're
I
gonna
did
go,
it again.
"Oh, I do. There you go.
I need a new catchphrase. Well,
That's
I'll
awesome.
be darned.
I'll be darned.
Shucks.
Dang.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Yeah. Funny.
Pish posh can of corn.
There you go.
Now that's an Iowa one.
We're gonna throw that. We're gonna throw that
All
one in.
right.
Although that one
Posh
doesn't
can
seem
of
to flow as well as there you go. But pish posh can of corn.
Yeah.
I'll try to work it. I'll try to work that one in.
Love it. Good
I had
stuff.
a friend in high school. He would say, pish posh can of corn.
Did
very
you?
funny.
Did you now?
And my mom used to say, she said it like a swear word when she was frustrated. She would say, Ishka Biddleheimer.
Oh.
Okay.
And she would also say, and this is like a more intense swear word, Peter Rabbit.
With conviction.
With conviction.
Damn,
Yeah.
Peter Rabbit.
Like Peter Rabbit's name in vain. Like you're you're
Wow.
extremely frustrated if
Okay.
you got a Peter Rabbit. And then she got older and then she just started swearing like everyone else. But when I was little, she didn't swear, and
Right.
that was my mom swearing.
Did you get your mouth like washed out with soap if you said Peter Rabbit?
No. But I I remember once in the car, like, because you'd hear it, like, everyone would say, dang it. And I didn't know the difference between dang it and damn it. And I remember I just said something like, oh, damn it. And my mom and my sister were like, look at me. Like, I'm like, I didn't really know the difference.
Right,
You know,
right,
like,
right.
I'm like, you say that all the time. And they're like, no, it's different. And
Is it though?
Is it though? You know,
Is it
I was like
different than
5.
fascinating? Or no,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
I
so.
don't think
So
really.
that's a very intriguing question, though.
Yeah. Captivating.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Posh can of corn.
Yeah.
No, it's funny that when your kids start to say things that you don't realize you say, like JJ says, "Oh, for the love of Pete," because I say
that too. Oh, that's so funny.
there you go.
I
That's what
never.
it said.
So
for
we
the Pete.
Peter Rabbit. I never said "oh" for the love.
I
I don't
believe-
think
I
anybody
believe-
else has said Peter Rabbit, though.
No, yeah, I don't
I'm
know
sure.
anybody, but
I
for
don't
the
even
love of
know.
Pete.
I don't even know if it's probably not like even an Iowa thing. I think it's just my mom, or maybe it was just her, her high school friends or something.
Gotcha.
Don't know. I think
But-
it's a very, very, very local.
yeah, colloquial.
Every time Easter
yeah.
rolls around, Kirsten has PTSD.
Yes, that's right. Peter Rabbit.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
You can't say that on air, Kirsten. Jeez.
I know. Yeah.
Now Aaron's gonna have to edit.
But-
that little piece of music you just heard was covering up what Kirsten just said.
For the love of Pete, though, that's supposed to be
Steering.
Saint Peter, right?
You know what? I never really thought
I
about where
believe
it
it's
came
Saint
from, but
Peter.
that makes sense.
For the love of Pete.
Yeah.
It's
Love of
funny when
Pete.
it's coming out of a little kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. that
you know,
is
like
funny.
when
yeah.
you hear them go, "For the love of Pete."
Yeah, like that's just, that is funny.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I talk a lot, so I'm sure I have a lot of redundancies in
No.
general. Just those two?
Just those
Kirsten's over here dying for hers.
I know.
I will
like-
make
kinda,
notes.
I kind of
will make
really want to
notes.
know, and I'm kind of scared. I don't know, because then I'll be all self-conscious. I'm like, oh God, I can't say that. What am I going to say?
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
The rest of us are.
That's funny.
it's interesting. There are certain
You say
things.
it's interesting.
There are certain things that we do, but nothing that's of note.
Okay.
If something does happen, I'll be sure to let you know if it's cool.
He'll point
All right.
it out.
Say, you gotta stop saying that.
Listeners, you can call in if you've
Yes.
noticed anything that
Right.
Kirsten does or says.
And Christine and Aaron.
I don't
Because
talk-
we all know
I
what
don't talk
Leslie
enough.
does.
You don't talk into the microphone.
I know. It's on purpose.
That's okay.
But when you talk, you always have something important to say.
Thank you. I don't necessarily agree with that, but okay, thank you. I'd like to think that could be true.
So, does anyone have kids' sports this spring?
So I came here from a softball game.
How was that?
We lost.
Oh,
But we won on Tuesday night 20-0. So
Oh.
we
wow.
either lose miserably or win incredibly.
Yes.
It's going to be a strange year for softball. So
Yeah.
But I do have a little bit of news. I announced to my place of business, my students, that I'm outie.
Peace.
I am out
Wow.
of here. Congratulations.
congratulations! Did you find your next venture yet? Or
There have been some offers, and we'll see.
Okay, to be continued.
But
that's
but
exciting.
But this chapter is about to close.
It is
Good.
which makes me sad.
Bittersweet.
But yeah, but it's time.
but it's
Time to
time.
journey.
But it's time.
Journey on,
Ramble on.
ramble on.
We used to play Ramble on.
We did play ramble on.
Play Ramble on.
I forgot about Ramble On. I don't think
Yeah.
that's on our list, is it?
Oh no!
have to look.
We have to put it on the list.
Joey and I were talking about how a lot of Led Zeppelin song names don't always necessarily make sense as to the rest of the song.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause there's
Ramble On
always-
does. They do
Ramble On
actually
does,
say
but
Ramble
there's,
On.
the immigrant song, Fool in the Rain. There's like a
Yeah.
bunch where
Right.
I'm like, I didn't know that was the name of the song.
Ramble
Yeah,
on's
there's
about Lord of the Rings.
almost every Led Zeppelin song. I'm like, I've never heard that song, and then I hear it. I'm like, oh, I know that song.
I know that
Yeah,
song.
Like Come Out and Play, which
Yeah,
is not a Led
exactly.
Zeppelin song, but
but same idea.
Another
Like,
example of a song,
it's
right?
not
I went through a
what
very, very large Led Zeppelin period in my life.
you did.
You did.
How old? Like when you were
21.
Oh, okay. Did you listen to Led Zeppelin when you were
21
younger? Or did
years
you
old
just
or 21
discover them?
years?
What?
That what you guys were talking about. I'm with you. I'm with Aaron on that one. They were talking at the exact same time, and I have no idea what either of them were saying.
Kristen asked, and I know what I asked.
Okay.
Christine, you go first. You ask your question first.
No, I know.
hard.
Maybe it's my question.
We're good.
Yeah. Like,
I felt my
in
brain go.
stereo, like, you
Right
wait. He's totally overwhelmed.
Right down the middle. I was like,
When you have 4 children, you can hear it.
Aaron's face was like, "What the what?"
The Peter Rabbit.
For the love of Pete.
interesting.
Can of corn.
Well, there you go.
Pish posh can of corn. I don't know what anybody said. Reiki chicken.
This is deteriorated massively.
Good stuff. Okay.
Okay,
So,
someone go
I just
first.
want to know how many years.
How many years did I listen?
Yes.
To,
Because you said it was very long. So
I'd say
Thinking.
probably 2 years.
Yeah, long,
Pretty much
big,
straight.
Yeah. Big.
So my question was, did you listen to Led Zeppelin like when you were younger, or did you just
No.
discover them when you were 21?
I had 2 best friends at the time, and they were really big Zeppelin fans, and they just kind of introduced me to them. And
Okay.
I always known that Led Zeppelin was a very large band, and that I should probably acquaint myself with them at some point. I just hadn't at that point.
Right.
So I listened to a couple of songs and just
They're
got
really
it.
good.
I just got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's an understatement.
Yeah. So I really got into them.
My brother, I'm the youngest in my family by a lot. Like I'm the straggler, and my brother that's 9 years older than me, he was really into Led Zeppelin, and I used to, I'd go through his albums, and and the album covers were kind of weird.
See, I haven't looked at those,
Yeah.
but Joey is very into them now.
That's cool. Very cool.
Them and Rush are his 2.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Well, it's because of the drummers. I mean,
Oh yeah. Okay.
for sure. But
John Bonham and Neil Peart.
Queen will always be his favorite, but
that's JJ's favorite too. Is Queen.
yeah.
They were good ones.
I
They are
had
very
good
ones.
two
good.
2 summers ago during COVID, when Bryn was somehow playing softball and nothing else was going on in the world, and we had to drive down to Tennessee, Joey made me listen to the entire discography of Queen, and there's like 195 songs.
Wow.
And they are all really pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And the interesting thing
talented.
about them too is, it's Queen, but
their
they don't
songs are
play
all
the
different.
same music
Yeah,
song
they're all
after
different.
song. They're
No,
all over the
they're all over the
spectrum.
place.
They
But
are.
it's them. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of
Right.
it has
Well,
to do
'cause
with
it's-
Freddie Mercury,
yeah.
but
His voice, I mean.
But even the
nonetheless,
arrangement of
yes.
the songs and how they're constructed, they have a way about them and how they are operatic at times, and they have a story-esque kind of feel to them.
Yes.
I mean, you obviously have a couple of them that are just straight ahead a song, but they're always surrounded by, bicycle
Right,
or whatever
yeah,
it is,
right.
and it's like, okay, that's Queen.
right,
Yeah.
right.
That couldn't be anybody else.
But what's interesting too is you can, once you've listened to them over and over and over, right, all summer, you can tell which member wrote which song.
Oh,
yes.
really? Like who's Brian
Absolutely.
May?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
They're so
And of
talented.
Where
course,
the
my
influence comes
son's favorite person is Roger Deacon, which is nobody's, but
Yeah. Who's that?
but he has now put them in order from 1 to whatever 195
Wow.
of his favorite all the way down.
Oh, his favorite.
very
Okay. I
cool.
thought you meant
Okay.
in chronological
Oh
order.
no, because
yeah.
we've listened to them in he has them all on
they're-
vinyl.
Okay.
We have listened to them in chronological order. Then we've listened to them in Joey's order.
Okay.
Wow.
Very cool.
So he's a super fan.
He's got time to do that.
Well, again, he's 14.
Right. Yeah.
I could see me doing something like
He's
that
14.
at 14. Yes.
Well, I was trying to explain
That's
to
a
my
cool
kids
thing to
too,
do, though.
When we were, my kids always make fun of me because I talk about way back when I was
Back
a kid.
in my day.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was telling them we had the double cassette players, which was the highest
Tape
of tech.
things.
Yeah, that's
right?
so high
You can
tech.
make a mixtape.
And
Yeah,
the mixtapes.
mixtapes.
Well, and Ava found I have this suitcase little, thing that had. Remember the cassette tapes on both sides? It was like a padded case, and then you would have all the cassettes
yes.
with
yeah.
the
Oh,
zipper
yeah.
strap.
Oh, yeah.
And then you
And
could
you flip
flip
it
it over.
over.
and it had-
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Yes.
she found mine.
Okay.
You still have it?
Yeah, well, I was at my mom's house. My mom doesn't, but she has everything. She still has my toe shoes. I haven't danced since I was 10. So anyway,
funny.
Okay.
but and it had all these mixtapes in it, and we used to make covers we used to collage covers.
Yeah, we did that too.
For the mixtapes, right?
You'd like cut them out,
So-
pictures out of magazines.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So and it had like cut out
Like
words.
Simon
and
the
Oh my
Bon or-
God.
that was
Yeah.
a girl thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But each mixtape had a mood, and your cover reflected the mood of the mixtape, and so on and so forth. And
So what- she
I was
must have had
telling
some
her
good
that
ones.
a lot of times, if you wanted a song, you had to wait till the top 40 came on.
Absolutely. I was
yes.
going to say, because
be ready
before
to-
the dual
Yeah.
cassettes, you literally had to sit there in the
wait for
morning,
it.
usually before school,
Right.
and then just wait.
Wait.
And be really
And
quiet.
hope that the DJ didn't talk
Well, that's
over the
just
street.
because most of the
Or
times
cut
the
off the
beginning of
end.
the song had somebody talking over top of it, or the
And
end.
cut off the end. Oh my God.
And so you'd sit there and you just lay. I mean, I just remember laying on my floor, just waiting and waiting and hoping I could press it at the
Yep.
right time that it would click and
someone
start to
would say,
record.
that was very good.
Well,
Or
usually,
the worst was when you recorded over something and you're like, ah!
no, I didn't mean to do
Oh, I
that.
hated that.
Yeah.
Or when it got all loose and you had to take the pencil.
Pencil.
Yeah. But the time that we spent, the time focused
yeah.
on trying to make
Get
a
song.
tape.
Yes.
And I'm like, where did that? Who has that time? Well, if teenagers, I guess.
yeah.
But we didn't. Have,
Well, we also we didn't have social media. We didn't have
have
YouTube. We
computers.
didn't have
Right,
any
right.
of that other nonsense.
We didn't have anything better to do.
Right. It was
Well-
either that or go outside and play, hide and seek, manhunt.
I also
Yeah.
explained to her that you didn't. That not all, like when someone made a mixtape for you, sometimes that wasn't welcome. You knew, yeah.
Right.
And you had to be careful in the other direction too. Don't be making mixtapes for
Right.
people
You
who
don't
don't
want
know
people
they're
to get
getting.
the wrong idea.
Yeah.
And she's looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about?
I still have one from the guy who got away.
Oh, see?
yeah.
Still have that mixtape. And
Yeah.
every time I hear the songs that are on there, I'm like,
So what are the songs? Any good songs?
there's a lot of Harry Chapin on there. There's that Blinded by the Light is on there.
Oh, I love that song.
Dust in the Wind is on there.
Oh,
Oh.
Dust in the Wind.
Trying to think
Pretty
what
good
else is on
mixtape,
there.
right?
My breath away.
Oh, Berlin.
That
Can I tell you that song hit at least 90% of my mixtape.
That was
Yeah.
sweet. That was Sweet 16 music for sure. That was definitely
Take
Sweet
my
16.
breath away. Let me tell you, that song just gets me right here, right here. Love that song.
Crazy for You does that.
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
That
I
was
like
like a
Crazy
big
for
one
You.
played.
Yeah,
but
that
that's
was
not
a
on that
mixtape.
tape.
That
He
was
did-
a-
that would Take My Breath Away was way too poppy to be on that tape.
Yeah. It's more of a mellow.
Yeah.
Mellow kind
Now
of.
I got to dig it out and see. I think I still have it. I don't have
Yeah.
a cassette player though. Do you
Dude,
do
now-
you have your cassette player?
That was a
I do.
mixtape by
Alright.
like somebody that must have been pretty deep.
He was deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're out there and you're no longer with your wife, just let me know.
Guess what I'll be singing in the shower for the next week, right?
Take
Top
my
of
breath
my
away. Take my breath
Ooh, that's a tough one to sing.
It's been practiced, Christine. We've been there.
All
That
righty.
song's been sung. Probably on the mall stage by me at one point in time.
Leslie used to dance at amusement parks.
I did. I used to
And-
dance at amusement parks. I also, in high
Under
school.
the tilt-a-whirl or something.
In high school, well, remember, when we were, before we get to it was underneath the Monongahela Monster.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm sorry, I had the story all wrong.
Get it right.
Get it right.
The Monongahela.
Monongahela. Monongahela.
That's the
Can't even
river
say that.
in
It was a big 8-armed amusement park ride that you sat in a cab car and it spun in circles while the arms went up and down.
Oh.
And the stage was
Totally
right below the Monongahela Monster. And every now and then we'd get a little surprise mid-show that would splat on the stage. That was nice. That was nice.
You had to watch where you step
Yes.
when you're dancing.
8
Wear
shows
your
a day.
shower cap. So what did you sing and dance?
Well,
What types of music? Or
there
any
were
songs?
different genres of shows. So one of the shows was sort of like a folky country show.
Okay.
That
I'm a little
we
bit
sang.
country.
It was sort of like that. And then
polka.
there was one that was two. There was 3 of us, 3 ladies, and we would do a lot of Supremes.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one for an amusement park show.
Yes. And then there was also the night show that we did 2 times. There were 2 showings of that particular show.
We can't talk about that on air. though.
No, the night show. Well, we did have, we had
Underneath
it.
the Monongahela.
We had the sequence.
Monongahela at
this-
night.
The Las Vegas looking costumes, with the feather caps and it was more like
was
the
a night show.
Hooray for Hollywood type
Oh,
shows. Yes,
okay.
yes.
That
But
sounds fun.
the mall singing was more trying to be a Tiffany wannabe.
You
and-
were,
and
you
back
were
in
an
the day-
aspiring Tiffany wannabe.
I was definitely a Tiffany wannabe.
Children behave.
Oh yeah, and malls had stages because they
Yeah.
did shows, and
Right.
so I would. It wasn't welcomed by the mall, but I would get up on the stage and just start singing.
She's now blacklisted at every mall within a 60-mile radius of Pittsburgh.
She's only allowed to sing underneath the Monongahela monster.
And I'd always pawn it off like, well, they're daring me to. No one dared me to. They,
I dared myself.
Voices in
Did
my
you
head.
do it by yourself, or did you have a band? Or
My
anything?
imaginary friend.
no band in high school. I didn't. Do, my first band was was in college. My first band, but I did a lot of musical theater.
Oh,
I did a lot of singing on, like I said,
so any good shows? What shows were you in?
I was in Greece. I was Rizzo.
You were Rizzo. Oh, you'd
that's
be a
the
good Rizzo.
best.
I wanted to be Rizzo.
Yeah.
I had my choice of parts, but no.
You're kind of feisty like that. I feel like you could be a good Rizzo. Yeah,
No, I did a lot of music. King and I, all the regulars,
all the
all
classics.
the classics.
Love musicals.
And then I worked in the amusement parks over the summer, so and did that sort of thing. But yeah.
It's pretty good.
That
Christine,
was-
did you have any interesting high school jobs?
I worked at a hardware store. I worked at a clothing store. And unfortunately in the fitting room, which was an open fitting room.
Oh no.
Oh no,
So
sorry.
more than I ever need to see. I, in college, washed dishes.
I
worked-
washed dishes.
and
That
I
was
worked
my
in the
first
mail
job.
room. Yeah, pretty much done everything but drive a cab.
Erin,
I
how
never
about you?
waitressed either.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh,
Never
I was a
waitressed.
terrible waitress.
No.
One summer, I waitressed. I was the worst waitress on the face of the earth, and it really is a skill.
I
like a-
tip
can only
tip
imagine.
very well
Yeah.
because
Kind of like a tour guide.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, I did that. I was a tour guide, and I was a better tour guide than I didn't talk about the fountains.
and the
Or the
guy
gym.
he's dead.
Dead. So nobody can turn it on.
Nobody knows how to turn it on because he's dead. He built it and he died. But oh my god, yes. So no, I was always into performing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, Erin, did you have any interesting jobs as a youth?
A youth.
These youths.
These youths.
I could not wait to get my working papers. The day I turned 16, I had my working papers in hand, and I went and got a job at the University Creamery.
Oh, did
At
you
Penn
scoop
State.
ice cream?
And I scooped ice cream for 4 years.
Wow. So you actually had some.
That's better than washing the
references.
dishes.
See, I liked it mainly because I got to, at 16 years old, I got to hang out with college students.
That is
Right.
cool.
So that was very appealing. Not only was I able to get out of the house, but I was able to go hang out with older people.
Right.
Yeah. Not too old.
Right. And it was exciting, and
Cool.
college students everywhere.
Right.
Ice
Yeah.
cream, all the ice
Yeah.
cream I could have.
Right.
So
It's
it
a
was
pretty good gig.
Yeah, it was a great gig. And then I left that for, I don't know why I did. At the time I wanted to change. I should have stayed there. But I went, and there was a place called Manhattan Bagel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
I've
was
been
a
to
bagel
those.
baker.
A bagel baker.
You didn't
I
work
worked
for
in a bagel
Irving's?
rest-
No.
The competition.
Well, it was the people who were at the creamery had a friend that were opening it, and they needed somebody, and I was like, yeah, I guess I can try it. I need something
Right.
new, but I shouldn't have left because
Wasn't as
that
good.
was a great gig.
My-
No,
my-
the bagel.
Did you get tips at the ice cream place?
No.
No, it's just
it's
a
just-
neat. It's just a fun place.
It was
to
the
be.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was as long as you're having fun at your work, it's
Yeah.
a good place to be.
And you worked at the original creamery.
Yes, I did the original
creamery because
creamery.
it's different now. It's a new. They have a new
Yes,
building.
they've
Oh,
relocated.
okay.
But he had the original. So
But
my
yes.
friend Leanne also. Well, she worked for Baskin Robbins, which does not. hold a shine to the creamery ice
Right,
cream.
right.
However, she would, we all hung out at the mall.
Oh, so we hung out at the mall. And we always went to Baskin Robbins
Right.
every
And
time.
so we would go and she'd scoop us this obscene amount of ice cream and you'd hand her a $5 bill and she'd hit some buttons and go, and $5 is your change. And she gave away so much ice cream. I think she eventually got found out and fired. But in the meantime, we had free ice cream for quite some time. It was very nice.
Wow.
Go
Free
Leanne.
ice cream.
I like the chocolate peanut butter is my favorite Baskin Robbins.
I used to like the bubble gum flavor.
I was going to say, what is your favorite flavor?
Yeah, only at Baskin Robbins, the bubble gum. When I was a kid, because then you could pull out the pieces.
Yeah,
and then, because
we used to
I was
have-
not allowed to have bubble gum as a kid, so that was like my way of getting bubble gum.
Yeah,
Oh.
we had like a local dairy that made their own ice cream, and they had bubble gum, and it was like all different colors, pieces, and you could pull it out.
Yeah, that's how the Baskin Robbins one was. Too.
I never had it at Baskin Robbins.
Yep,
I like the flavors that nobody else likes.
Like
Okay, so-
blackberry.
like the ones with nuts in them.
Rum raisin, pistachio.
Okay.
Love those.
Really?
Yes. I don't know why. I don't even know how I got turned on to them, but they're
How-
my favorites.
I love-
Have you ever had rum raisin?
No, it sounds awful.
It's delicious. Rum.
I don't
It's a
trust
rum.
it.
It's a creamy rum drink.
Yeah. But
Is it served in a coconut?
But is it served in a coconut? Maybe if it was served
If
in
it
a
was served in
coconut,
a coconut. All
I'd
right.
try it, but I don't know.
Are there
I don't trust
raisins
it.
in it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
But I like raisins.
See, I like my ice cream without things in it. I like
Oh.
the things on the side, but I like, I'll eat nuts, but not in my ice cream.
I don't want
I'll
it in
eat
my ice
strawberries, but not in my ice cream.
No, I like chunky. I like texture in my ice cream. Coconut flakes.
sometimes.
I did.
Depends,
So
like coconut.
I did get
but not in my ice cream.
my boss gave me this gift certificate to Gold Belly, and I got all this with it. I used it to buy ice cream with whiskey in it and bourbon. So the bourbon ball ice cream was pretty damn
Pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. I'm telling you. One time in your life, just try the rum raisin. Even if you don't eat the raisins, just try the rum ice cream.
I think I have had it.
I've never had it. 'cause
Is it like
just-
a purpley color?
No.
No, then I haven't.
No, it's
had
like
it.
white.
What's
It's
the
like-
one
it's
that's
like
purple?
pralines and
creamy
cream?
white with raisins in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I
I
just
like.
wouldn't
I will
order
say
it.
I like toasted almond. Ooh, that's really good.
Yes.
That's a favorite of mine.
WPSX coffee break.
See, I don't like coffee.
You don't like coffee. Oh, that was a good one though.
Yeah, it smells great. I just don't like the taste of coffee.
Oh, I love it.
No,
But
this side of the table here can pass on
Really?
the coffee ice
Oh
cream.
gosh.
But the coconut chip at the creamery. You don't like that one?
I don't like coconut.
Oh, you just said you didn't like coconut. I
I'm
did
not a
hear you.
coconut
I just ignored you.
That's the story of my life.
Well, there we go.
Well, there we go. Well,
All right.
For the love of Pete.
for the love of Pete.
Their black raspberry frozen yogurt was one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. And then my all-time favorite is tea berry.
Tea berry. What's
See,
that?
I can't do tea berry.
Did you just say what's that?
What's that?
You don't know.
I'm with you, Kirsten.
I've never heard of it.
Why do we always feel like we're on a different planet?
Because you.
Because you
It's always you and me.
Because you're both from the same
You're
weirdo place.
That has all kinds
I'm
of
in the
stuff
van
that
right with you,
nobody else has. What is tea berry?
Come into my van. Come into my
Your
van.
NASA van.
You guys never had tea berry gum.
I've heard
Again, wasn't allowed to chew gum.
Is it like red
heard
with little
you and
dots on
ignored
it? It's red with little dots,
No, not.
Yeah,
well,
it's,
it can.
it is
yeah.
red.
It's
about-
red.
like a little stick gum.
Oh, the gum? What?
Is it like a stick gum, like a Wrigley's
She's
gum?
talking about the
or-
tea berry gum. but-
Sure, you could. I mean,
Sure.
yeah,
I think I might have
with
had the gum,
flavoring. But you're in luck. This
Because you have some in the back.
well,
Ooh.
I am purposefully making a garden in my yard
With tea berries.
with tea berries.
It's a
what are
thing?
Is it a fruit?
It's a
it a
berry.
berry?
I did not know that.
They are tiny
Little?
red, and
Are they poisonous?
no,
Yeah, that's why we put it in our ice cream.
Well, I mean,
I used to, as a kid, go
I-
through the forest and eat tons of them.
the
I
forest.
love
You lost me on the going through the forest as a kid thing with your imaginary friend, Eric.
Eric. yes.
Eric was
Yes.
always there for safety.
Yes. he was.
protect you.
No, I will. It'll be a month or so until I can bring some in. But
Okay,
yes,
bring them
I will
in.
bring them.
I have an ice cream ball maker, so we can make ice cream with your tea berries.
If I can figure out how to
raisins
get
in
it here, I actually have already asked my father to bring a half gallon of tea berry ice cream down to my house. So if I can figure out how to get some of that here, I will let you guys taste.
Okay.
Well,
Tea-berry.
the creamer will pack it in dry ice. You just have to keep the dry.
$50.
Oh no, really? That's
That's
how much
Leslie,
they're
Kirsten,
charging?
and I will drive
Yes.
to your place.
Ouch.
Go
Yeah.
on the Creamery's ice
We'll
cream
have
and look
field
up
trip.
for 1/2 gallon to be delivered. It's insane.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Okay, that's
Field
ridiculous.
It is.
All right, yeah, we'll
Well,
have to
field
go on
trip-
a
We're
field trip.
all going to show up at your house
I
for
mean-
tea berry ice cream, then we'll drive home.
We need to. Well, you're not that far. We could do it. We could totally do it.
We can go see if my
So-
name is still carved into the wall of the
I
skeleton.
have to say this though.
Now he's backing out.
No, no.
Backing out because he
So-
doesn't want us showing up at his house.
Well, you can go to my house. I don't live there anymore. I can show you where I used to live and where I used to work. But tea berry, everybody says, tastes like
Tea? I like tea.
Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yep.
Wow.
But do you know what it sounds awful? But do
Yeah.
you know what Pepto-Bismol
Yeah.
tastes like?
Yes,
Terrible.
I lived on that
It's
through high
not.
school. Yes, it is. I lived on it in
not.
high school. I used to carry it in my little pocket, and every day I would chew on the stupid chewable tablets because I was so afraid of throwing up.
Okay, so it tastes like it's not it. There's a
But
similarity.
if it tastes like
There's
that,
a
then
sim-
I'm not going to like it. All right, I'm not driving it to your old
She's
place
given
for
up.
that. It
She's
is
just
not
abandoned the road
worth
trip
Wow.
like that.
Wow.
You just have to have a different sort of road trip. I don't want to drive for ice cream that tastes like
Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol.
We can go buy
See, I shouldn't have
Pepto-Bismol
said
at the
that
Walgreens.
because they would not.
Right, right. And he's right.
It's
It
like
doesn't.
Pepto-Bismol, but in a good way.
It doesn't. Well, exactly.
because it's frozen.
It doesn't
it's
taste.
tasty.
It doesn't taste exactly like
Could we chase it
Pepto-Bismol.
with
It is
some-
similar to.
Can I chase it with some
Pepto-Bismol.
brandy? Then maybe.
do whatever you want.
Think about like what flavor is Pepto-Bismol to you? Is it like minty sort of?
No.
Is
tastes
it-
like sick.
Yeah.
Tastes like I'm sick.
tastes like
Exactly.
sick. Okay, so it doesn't taste like Pepto-Bismol.
Right.
But if someone
But it's
had to
going to
describe
remind you
right.
of that.
The flavor.
the flavor,
Mine too.
Why I
it
can't do
will
leans
ginger ale either.
towards
Yeah,
that.
I know, me too. Ginger ale tastes like sick.
See, same.
Got to
stuff.
go into it with an open mind.
Well, now we can't. You didn't
Sure
let us
you
go in there
can.
fresh.
No, you know what we got to do? We got to get the tea berry and the rum raisin, and why not? Well, let's think of another good flavor, and we'll blindfold Kirsten and Christine
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
and make them
Blindfold.
taste it, not knowing what you're getting.
Okay.
And maybe put
Because
some normal flavors
Like a
in there
little
too. So
vanilla, maybe.
But
yeah,
you might
chocolate.
actually like it if you don't
Yeah, maybe.
anticipate it.
Except
Okay.
now that I'm going to be looking for the Pepto-Bismol.
I can see her going,
Yeah.
that's it, that's it.
Oh, it's my favorite. It is
Tastes like
so
sick.
good. It is so good.
Which is probably why you haven't thrown up in 40 years.
I will
Yeah.
say this though, the tea berry was a very popular flavor back when licorice was a very popular flavor.
I hate
so,
licorice.
so well, all I'm saying is that
People
it's
in the
those
70s
kind of
were weird.
but I like licorice.
I like red licorice. I hate black.
I
Oh, I
never-
like. See, I
never
like.
black.
I like
Eli
sambuca, black
Eliza likes
licorice.
black licorice. Yeah, Eliza likes.
But
I don't hate it.
Oh, I hate
right.
it.
I mean, I don't crave it, but
I
if
don't
I
hate it, but
I don't.
I'm not
I don't
one who
hate
like picks around the black jelly beans. I'll eat them.
But yes, it's a flavor like that. It's like an I don't want to say an older flavor, but it's a
It is.
Yeah, I
It's
know what
older.
you're
You're
saying.
not going to find tea berry anywhere.
Right.
You
It's
used to be
not.
able to find
It's
it.
more of a savory than a sweet.
yes,
like a throwback flavor.
yes.
Like,
So.
Are there any other throwback flavors?
like
Rocky
some of those-
Road.
No,
Circus
you can find that in the
Peanuts.
case that
Circus Peanuts. Horrible.
Oh, circus peanuts are
So
the
nasty.
grossest thing.
It's a throwback, but it's
I had a
bad one.
friend that was her favorite. Oh
Really?
God, those circus peanuts were
the
There's the
worst.
texture of those too.
And the
texture was
flavor is
weird.
just,
Yeah.
it's all bad. And the color, it's, ugh.
Necco wafers. Necco
Oh,
wafers.
those are bad.
That's a throwback.
Yeah. I didn't mind those as much.
Goobers, throwback.
Yeah, but that's just chocolate covered peanuts. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Did you ever have the wax lips and the wax?
Oh,
Yes, I
absolutely.
love
Soda
those. Were
bottles.
like when you
the little
trick-or-treated.
bottles with
Yeah,
the
the
juice.
soda
in them.
Oh, those little bottles. Yeah, I like those. But they seem gross now, but when I was a kid, I thought those were the greatest.
Bit of honey. That's a
I
good one.
loved
Flavor.
those. That was like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I used to like to go to Gardner's Candy, and they always had a little case in the front of the store. and they had these. It was gum, but it was wrapped in paper, and in the paper they had a powder. It was a cigarette,
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
and you could
Blow on it.
blow on it,
And it looked like
and it
you were
looked like
smoking.
smoke. And I was like, "That's the coolest." I
Candy
love that.
I remember candy
Candy
cigarettes, but I
cigarettes.
never saw the kind with the
Well,
blow.
there's bubblegum cigarettes. There's bubblegum cigarettes. And there are
Bubblegum
candy
cigars.
cigarettes.
Yeah, the candy cigarettes were just white and
Right.
like sugar
And crispy.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
These were the bubblegum
I
ones.
don't
Those
know.
are fancy.
But yeah, you blew on them, and so it looked like you were smoking. Oh, yeah.
That's a great.
You guys were hardcore in Central PA.
I remember doing that when I was 5 years old,
Can't believe they
rings.
don't make that anymore.
hanging out in the corner.
for children. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know,
I just blew it triple.
the Easter Bunny just came to our house, and when JJ always makes sure that my dad, no matter what the holiday has, he has Pop-Up has a stocking. Pop-Up
Pop-Up
has an
Eve.
Easter basket. There's Pop-Up. And Pop-Up
Pop-Up
is
Eve.
well celebrated in my family. So when we were setting up for Easter this past week, and my parents were down, and he said, "Where's Pop-Up's basket?" And I was like, "Oh shoot, I got to go get Pop-Up's basket." And the Easter Bunny came and brought Pop-Up a few things. And JJ was disappointed because the Easter Bunny didn't bring Pop-Up his tobacco. And my mom's like, "Thank God the Easter Bunny did not bring
God,
Pop-Up
the
his
Easter Bunny
tobacco."
is trying to
That
keep
is a
Pop-Up
disgusting
around for a longer
habit.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever dip, Aaron?
No.
No, that wasn't a.
I worked with a bunch of people that did, and I just never had any kind of that was never appealing, which is surprising from where I come from.
Right.
because
Oh, yeah.
all the neighborhood kids did, and all my brother's friends did, and it was just not something that I.
Yeah.
My brother did it, and I tried it after school. My best friend and we tried it after school.
And
We were
puked.
probably like 15, and we puked.
Yeah.
And it was just disgusting. I was barely in my mouth. It was
You're like,
ugh. I don't understand the appeal, but
yeah.
People do it.
Lots of people do it.
lots of people.
I remember that guys all
smoke.
had the skull can circle in their back pocket of their jeans, like the jeans had worn out in the pocket. Yeah, and they would do the finger flip.
What's the finger flip? I don't
So you
know.
hold
that.
the can like this, and
You tap
the top of your index finger smacks the top of it like this because you're packing it. You pack it
You
like
pack
this.
it?
Yeah,
Maybe
you
that's
pack-
what I did wrong. I don't know.
Maybe you
That's
should
the
try
worst
it.
thing
Open
I've ever
up, it's
tasted.
packed, pre-packed, and then you put
stick
it
it in your
done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't even
Absolute-
between
telling
the
you.
pinch
I
and
grew up
chicken
with it.
gum.
Yeah.
Like I just think I probably had it on my tongue or something, and
Yeah.
thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. No.
No, nasty stuff.
Oh, the stupid stuff you can do as a kid.
Yeah.
Those were back in my day.
Back in my day, I made fun of all the time. I'm sharing. That's what I tell him. I'm just sharing. Someday you're gonna remember it. See, it's a storytelling thing.
Right. You're saying
Now they can just tune
Oral
into the
history.
podcast.
I know. See,
Yeah,
now it's
now
on
it's
here
all-
for all posterity. But before we started the podcast, it had to
You had
be
to
passed
pass it
down,
down,
right?
yes. Oral history.
That's
right.
exactly.
We all tell the same stories over and over again. They get a little bigger,
They get a little, more dramatic.
more dramatic, but we all tell the same stories over and over again.
Yes, indeed.
So anything on the agenda for this week for coming out and play?
No,
Well,
coming up?
I've got Eliza's play tomorrow.
Okay.
oh, that's a good one.
And
for
then
coming out and play.
Saturday, Bryn and I are going to see Mean Girls at the Kennedy Center.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
We saw it in New York. I saw it in New York with Eliza the week before COVID. So now I'm taking Bryn.
Oh, fun.
And then Saturday night is Eliza's play again.
Okay.
Wow,
So
you have a
the
lot
Big
of theater in your
yes,
future.
a very
Theater.
cultured weekend.
Good.
That's this weekend.
That's
And then
awesome.
Next weekend is prom.
Oh,
Not for me.
Prom.
Prom
Man.
for Bryn.
prom. Wow.
I
I was
got some
wondering
stories
So
for
what do
prom.
they
And
do?
that's right.
What do
And
they
almost
do for
5K.
her prom? Like, I mean, because it's very different from when I went to prom.
I mean, it's funny because her boyfriend of 2.5 years was at her game with me today, and he's already in college. So I asked him if he was going to prom, and he said no, he's going to go to dinner with them, but then like her group of girls is just
Yep.
going to go to prom
Yep,
together.
yep.
oh, so they go.
So-
do they have it at the school or do they have it at another venue?
It's at the school.
Okay.
Because the dinner and the picture taking is the bigger thing.
Right.
But
Yeah,
like,
the
you know,
picture
this-
taking is the
This
big
is
thing.
new for us because the last 2 years prom hasn't happened.
Right.
So she's gotten dressed up and they've gone into DC. Like they went to the Kennedy, what was it, Lincoln Memorial, and took
Yes,
pictures and all of that, like everybody else does. But they never actually had it.
Oh, well, I'm glad they finally get like a
So,
real
yeah.
dance.
Yeah, good.
That's nice.
Well, I
So
find it
I'll
interesting,
report back on
even
it.
before COVID, a lot of the kids didn't go to the dance. They would get dressed up, take pictures,
Yeah, that's
go
the
to
big thing.
dinner,
Yeah.
and
That's
then
the
they wouldn't
highlight.
go to the dance. And I said to, I mean,
the
my
point?
kids at that point were too young anyway, but I was like, what's the point?
Yeah,
what's
this-
the
this
point
is supposed to
if
be
you
the
don't
main
go to the
event.
Especially
dance?
because it's $85.
Yeah.
Well, they don't care about that. They don't care
Well,
about that.
I think she
To
does because it's
us-
her money.
Okay.
She's paying her money.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion previous that dancing to us as a younger generation was important to us.
Right,
That was
right.
something that we did. Not so much now.
Yeah, I guess they don't really dance.
Yeah, although I don't know that we went, like we had dances where we danced, but I'm thinking back to prom. And for us, prom, the bigger piece of it was you went to prom, you had dinner
Yeah.
at prom,
Yes.
and then you left. And in New York, you either went out on the island to like Montauk and the beaches out there and spent the night there, or you went into the city, went to a comedy club, did stuff there, and then
Okay.
went back to a friend's house. So it was more the after prom that was the bigger deal.
Oh, see, no, ours was you went to the high school, you came out on the stage, and they announced every couple.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And after you were announced, you went into the gym where they had a band playing. And then once everybody was announced, the whole thing moved to another venue where you had dinner, and they kept you till 9 a.m. the next day.
Oh, they kept you overnight.
They kept
there.
you overnight
'Cause
there.
we were
So
at
they
another
served you
venue
dinner
too,
and
but-
breakfast,
So it was
and they had a
controlled.
DJ.
We're going to control you, children.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it was
Yeah,
safe.
roads.
I mean, I think of us like hanging out
Oh,
on the
absolutely.
beaches of Long Island, like
Right.
in the dark, camping out. Like that. Was
Well, the
Yeah,
next
like
day
you
we-
let
even
your
going
kid do
into New
that.
York
the
City.
next day we would do that. You would do something the next day.
Oh, no.
That wasn't school oriented, but the prom itself was very like
Structured.
you went, and it was very structured.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting.
Interesting.
But
Fascinating.
But yeah, and I guess in years past, it's been at the school and they do a dance, but then the dance is over at whatever 11 o'clock or whatever, and then the kids go off and do something else. But I think this year they're at a different venue. I don't know because I don't have it. It's only seniors this year for
Right. And I think it's
Oh.
only seniors for
Yeah.
us too.
So I don't know what the
And you can bring a date but that date has to either be a student at Freedom or
Yes.
a former Freedom student.
Yes.
You can't, who's under the age of like Nick could have gone with Bryn, but she'll have more fun just with her friends.
right,
and
right.
seeing him later.
Well, that's still like you said. At least there's a function.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
way, whatever shape it takes, at
Yeah.
least they have
There's
something to go
something.
to. Because I mean, Leo didn't get anything.
No, I know. Well, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack graduated under COVID. Like he didn't even have a graduation.
same.
There
yeah,
was
Yeah.
nothing.
Daniel's.
Oh, we had
Yes,
graduation.
Daniel and Jack were the
But
same.
but Daniel didn't care.
Yeah. I mean, Leo
I
didn't
cared
care too
because
much
Jack
either.
graduated from the school I was at, and I was so excited for
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whole big thing.
Oh,
and
right.
then it didn't happen.
Bummer.
We
But I have all of the decorations that I had bought for his graduation party that didn't happen, and luckily, Bucknell and UVA are the same colors.
There you go.
So
Oh,
it's like,
good.
I've got all the blue and
I
can
said there you
recycle.
go.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't mean to, but now I caught myself.
fascinating.
But
Interesting.
okay, so well, that's that's good. Now, is there going to be? Is this year? Is that Leo's year had a lot of graduation parties still, even though at the time they were limiting the number of people
Right.
you could have. It that really didn't occur
Right.
very often. But I'm assuming that the slew of
I think it's
graduation
back to
parties is
normal.
back to normal.
Yeah, that's my guess. I mean, we're just going to do an open house. That she graduates on Friday, so we will do an open house on Saturday, which happens to be my birthday.
Oh,
So we'll just do like a brunch because she's going to want to be all
Right.
over the place. So we'll just do a brunch during the day because we have family coming in.
That's nice.
very nice.
Very nice.
I almost did not do my prom. I was very adamant about not going to prom.
Oh.
I didn't want to do prom.
You
What-
could have
what
taken
was-
Eric.
Was there? He doubled with
He
Eric.
could-
Come on.
He could have worn a tux matching
Eric went
your
with somebody
tux.
else.
But was there a reason? Was it just?
No, I
was it
didn't
just
wanna go to prom.
teenage?
I just didn't find. I found no interest in going to a dance or a dinner and doing the whole like. It just was not my bag.
Right.
Yeah. Well, which will come as no surprise to you guys. I was on student government
Right.
and helped plan the prom
Right.
and the dances. So I was at all of them.
It's just not in my bag until a cheerleader asked me to go.
Oh, then you
like-
kind of have to
Eric,
go.
Eric's
No, I
sister
was still
Erica.
like, no, I don't want to go.
Oh no!
Yeah. Did
She's
you
like,
go
"You're-
anyway?
yeah, she made me go.
Oh,
She
that's
made me
good. I'm
go.
glad she
Did your
pushed you out
tux
of your
match?
comfort
Did your
zone.
cummerbund and bow tie match her dress?
What color?
He's trying to
Don't
remember.
remember. Do you have pictures?
I do have pictures,
Now you're gonna have to bring.
but
them.
I don't think I got dressed up for it. I think I maybe
Aaron.
wore like a
Led Zeppelin t-shirt.
maybe maybe a Led Zeppelin t-shirt or something.
nice pair of jeans.
Maybe some cargo shorts or something.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Aaron.
She was probably.
It wasn't that bad, but
You didn't go out and rent the tux.
no.
No.
Well, I went to 3 proms.
And me. I went to 3, but not because I wanted to. The first one, I was a sophomore. Thank you very much.
Big cheese.
Thank you very much.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. No, actually, I was, and it was a first date.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a pretty
Oddly
hefty.
enough.
That's a pretty
Yeah, that was a
hefty
big
lift.
first date. And
Was it a
but of
last
course,
date?
it wasn't. Actually, we dated for a little while after that. But so of course, I was all starry eyed because I was a sophomore for come on.
Sophomore at prom.
Could I say
That's
that?
a big deal.
And then
There you go.
then when I was a
go.
junior, of course, I took the attitude like, "Oh, I've already been. Thank you. I don't need to go.
I already know what happens.
I've been there." And no, I just
Been there, done that.
I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't feel the need to go. I was gonna just go my senior year because that's when you're supposed to go, right? But my best friend's brother had a friend who didn't have a date, and he knew I didn't have a date, and so they kind of cornered me and put me in a situation where it was very difficult to say no.
No.
And in hindsight, I should have said no because it was not a fun evening and I was not the best me I could have been either. You know what I mean? Because I was a little ticked off about the whole, I was not, it was bad. I should not have gone. And then senior year, I had mono and my date had the chicken pox and we went together because we were both sick and we were like
everyone-
we can nap. No one will be mad, because they keep you there all night.
Oh.
So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
so we went together just as buddies and napped in the corner.
Mono and chicken pox over there.
Mono
in the
and chicken pox.
Napping in the corner.
Monopox.
Yeah, like not the normal stuff.
Monopox in the corner.
Not the normal stuff that was
going on
happening in the corner.
I was gonna
It was
say,
just
what the hell kind of prom is that?
I think, if memory serves me right, after we did the prom and did the whole going out and getting crazy afterwards, I'm almost positive we went caving afterwards.
Caving. Is that another
God
sex
bless.
Spelunking.
It is. Spelunking is
spelunking.
definitely a central
Spelunking.
Pennsylvania
What's
thing.
So I was
splunking?
Caving.
I was a
What?
hardcore spelunker.
What's splunking and caving? You didn't understand my question.
No.
Please define both.
They're the same thing.
They're the same thing.
But what are they?
Oh, she doesn't understand either.
This one I know.
You go into there's caves all over central Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we didn't have caves in Iowa, so
you
I
go-
never went
you go-
splunking or caving.
You go into these caves and they go on for miles. They can go on for miles and it's pitch black.
Yep.
And sometimes you're crawling through a space that's 2 foot by 2 foot. And sometimes you're in these gigantic
Yep.
rooms.
There's a place called the birth canal where you have to go through 50 feet where the ceiling is like this.
Oh my, I wouldn't
and you
like
have
that.
to inch your back against the floor to go down the whole thing.
What if you're too big for the birth canal? You get stuck. That would.
Well, that is a
Very
problem.
bad.
And
You
let
die.
me tell you,
Yeah,
I am claustrophobic And it was the worst. That birth canal was the worst experience of my entire life. I almost had a panic attack.
Yeah.
I could not
So
I see it.
I had
sounds
been
awful.
into, it's called J4.
Yes.
I'd been into J4. My best friend and I would go there daily for years. So we got to a point where we would go through the first tunnel and we would do the entire thing with no lights.
Oh, God bless.
Because
No.
it was
You
just
did it all the time?
fun. Yeah, we were just so
So
familiar
it takes
with
you a long. How long did it take you to get through a cave? Like hours, I suppose.
Oh yeah, we would spend hours and hours and hours until we would run out of light with batteries, or you can use carbide.
Carbide. What's that?
Doesn't matter. It's something miners would use and whatnot like that.
Oh.
But yeah, it's an amazing experience because you see things that nobody else has seen. There are stalactites and stalagmites and just formations that are like really cool, big rooms. It's all fun and games until springtime when the ground starts thawing. And because of the winter has frozen the ground and expanded rocks underground. And then the thaw happens. So now rocks have moved underground. So it's all fun when you're like going over things and being, exploring, all kind of stuff, until all of a sudden you hear, whoom,
Yeah.
like
Like a rock falls?
Oh, yeah.
rock. We're talking about a ceiling has completely just let go.
Sounds incredibly
It's terrifying.
And
dangerous.
then all of a sudden
It's
you're
terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Do people ever get like,
Killed? Yeah.
yeah.
Killed. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's the thrill of it. It's
But-
fun. Does that happen all the time? No. That happened once in the entire time that I
If you want to experience it safer, you can go out to Skyline Caverns.
go to Luray.
I've been to the
Yeah.
Ray
Right.
Caverns.
Yeah,
I have
so
been, but
that's
I didn't
not-
call it
So-
splunking. I didn't
Well, because
know.
you're not.
Yeah.
Because
That's not
a very
splunking. That's
different-
a guided tour.
Yeah,
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Splunking is independent exploration.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. Don't do it.
Okay. I am not.
But it's so fun. It
My
is
Reiki
so
chicken and
fun.
I will not
No,
be
no.
splunking.
You don't need to splunk.
I'm not a
It is
The
splunker.
chicken would love it.
That's what I need.
Well, it'd be like your
some sort of emotional support.
The nice
Probably more
part
than a
about
chicken.
taking your travel chicken is it's like the canary in the cave. If she
That-
passes
right.
out, you got to get the hell out of there.
Reiki's not looking so good.
Reiki's looking. Get her some Pepto-Bismol. Get her some
Okay.
tea berry.
Get her some
Tea
tea berry ice cream. Let's get the hell out of this cave.
Yeah. No, that actually, now that I'm thinking about, that was the terms. I will go to prom with you if we go caving afterwards.
Oh,
That
and she
was-
said yes.
And she said yes.
Ooh.
She must have liked
She
you.
must have liked you a lot.
You know what?
I think she
Thinking
did.
back, I think
No.
she did. No.
Because I asked her out and she said no.
Oh,
She just wanted to.
what?
Exactly. That's the whole weird of it was.
She just wanted to be in charge.
No, she just, I don't know. I think she liked to play games. She was a cool person. I really liked her, but at the same time, I just don't.
Did she like break up with somebody right beforehand?
No.
And-
No, she's
No.
just.
No, she ended up dating some other guy that I couldn't stand. But yeah. No, I was like,
That's
this is not the
wow.
guy you should be dating.
And he doesn't splunk.
Yeah, he's
Not a splunker.
Yeah, but
You need a
yeah, it was a weird.
you need a
situation.
nice
It was like, lead me on, and then I ask you out, and then you
That
don't.
sucks. I'm sorry.
I've had a lot of that,
Love that.
but that's okay. That's makes
But you
who I
got
am
rid of
today.
that. That
Yeah.
happened in your past.
Builds
This is true. This is
character
true.
and makes you
It's
the
true. It's all good. It's all good.
It's
you are
all
today.
good.
There you go.
All righty.
Alrighty then.
So now,
I have to get going home.
Yeah, I need to get going.
Like my stepmother used to say, and now it's time for you guys to go home.
are we wrapping this one up?
I'm wrapping myself
Is
up.
the play date over tonight?
The come
play
out
date
and
is
play. The
I
play
was out
date is
playing
Thank
over.
you
too
for
late
coming
last
out to play tonight.
That's right.
Thanks.
Right?
Now I
Coming out
have
and
to
play.
listen to that song.
Come out and
No,
play.
the
you have to listen to Berlin. Take my breath away.
No. You know what? So, okay, wait. I'm not quite over yet. I danced with a boy at my friend Nicole's Sweet 16 to that song. And I listened to that song on loop for a long time. So now I just doesn't do it for me. However, I did hear You're the Inspiration coming on. And Delilah
Oh,
played that.
Delilah.
Yes, for somebody. And I went, I want somebody to love me like that. And cried some ugly tears, and then I cleaned myself up. But that's why I needed the
What was
tissues
the other
when
one?
I came in.
The Righteous Brothers and
Unchained
Unchained
Melody.
Melody.
Whoa.
So
Or Lady in Red.
A Lady in Red's a better
Lady
song.
in
Unchained Melody. Mike and I went to see Ghost on our first date, and that song is in that. So I can't hear that song. There's a lot of songs I can't hear.
You can hear
What's
anything
the-
you want, girl.
Yeah, but I don't need to hear it.
Oh,
So
okay.
how about that? What's what?
yeah.
What's the and the title of this song keeps floating in and out of my brain, and it won't stick. We skipped the light fandango.
Oh my God! A lighter shade of pale.
Lighter shade of pale.
Okay, so the guy who got away.
That is the best.
It is
that
not
is-
on the mixtape. We had a night where we were just driving around town, and that song played on endless loop for hours, and that song still.
I had a Christmas dance that was
Hold
yeah
on.
yeah a
We
lighter
can't
shade of
play it.
pale.
I can't play it. When I
That's
get
a
off, I'll play it.
fantastic song,
It is,
isn't it? Though
It is.
the best memories.
Oh my God.
See
Procol
now, okay.
Harum.
So, yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much.
I knew it was.
Thank you.
I
I'll
kept
keep that.
thinking hazy shade of winter. I'm like, it's
No.
not hazy
We
shade of
played
winter.
Hazy
It's lighter
Shade of
shade
We
of
did
pale.
play Hazy Shade of Winter. Okay, good.
So,
That's a good ending.
There
Okay,
you go.
I'm happy now.
All right.
Now we're gonna send. Okay, we have to stop now because Christine has to go
Yep.
listen to Lighter Shade of Pale.
Yep.
But thank you all for joining us. This has been the Set List of Life with the former bandmates of Dolly for Sue. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.